Hey guys, on our last video, we talked about 1112 beech nut and the return on investment. This video, I'd like to change pace just a little bit and talk about 308 24th Street and talk about the return on investment and show you the difference here. So as you see, this one still needs a paint job. It still needs a garage door. It's renting for $200 a month more than beech nut is. And the numbers I'm going to show you include having the siding done and having the garage door repaired. So we pull in the numbers. 165,000 is what our all-in cost is going to be with those repairs taken care of. That means we're going to have 41,000 of our own cash put into the project, turning 16,800 a month. The real estate taxes are what they are. Repairs is basically 5% of our gross. The siding and garage door is already built into the price, so I'm not adding that into repairs. This is just general stuff that comes up. Management, of course, we pencil that on every property. Insurance is what it is. This is actual because it's on a policy. And so we move down. This property is currently turning $3,100 a year positive cash flow. Now that's a pretty nice number. That goes into our front pocket. That's money we can use however we want. There's $2,100 of principal reduction happening. So the tenant is paying our interest and our payment. And out of that payment, we're getting almost $2,200 of principal reduction. So that's value of the house we continue to own more and more of. So that's when you hear people talk about a tenant buying your house. This is how they're doing that, is through the rent. And then there's a little bit of tax savings. It shakes out to a 14.4% return on investment. If you remember in the last video, I said I don't get excited until I'm in the double digits. And so 14 to 15%, I get fairly excited about that number. I like to see that number. There's things we can do to affect this. We spent more money on the property than we maybe needed to. The granite countertops are not necessary. Stainless steel appliances is maybe not necessary. Doing all new flooring, we could have refinished some of the wood floors and maybe saved some money. So let me show you what that looks like. If we just said, let's say we spent, well, let's do this first. I need to show we're at 14.4. That's a number we need to remember. So 14.4, and let's just say we knocked $15,000 out of our repair costs. We'd turn this into a 16.2% return on investment. Figuring out what you can afford to pay for it, getting your repairs dialed in and doing the right repairs. Now, had we not done granite countertops and had we not done the repairs we did, we may not have gotten the $1,400 a month rent. So then we'd have to shave that back down, and would we be in line there? That's just a real quick look at how we can calculate the return on investment. I'm happy with this number. I'll do this number all day long. I'm happy with this number. I'll do this number all day long. And when you see properties like this is a hard property to spot because it needed a ton of work. It needed $50,000 worth of repairs. $40,000+ upfront repairs. It needs to be refinanced for it to make sense because as it sits, we've got about 50% cash into it, and so it needed a refinance to make it make sense. If I put 50% cash into it, now I'm going to get a better cash on cash or a better cash return, money in my front pocket, but I'm going to lose my return on investment because my investment is so much bigger. And so this is where it sits currently, is at a 9.37. It's in the middle of a refinance, which will then push it into the 15%. So a lot of little things you can do, a lot of little changes you can make to make the property make more sense, to make it more profitable, and to determine if it's a property you want to hold long term or if it's a property you want to be looking at selling and flipping rather than rehabbing and holding. So would love to help you. If you have questions or if you have clients that are looking to buy or rehab properties, I'm happy to give you my expertise and my advice. My direct cell, 605-214-5634, and my email is derek@expressrpm.com.